Welcome back to part 2 of our camping trip where you get to know my husband better. In last week's video, we went camping at Lake Pinchot for Nolan's birthday. During our time there, we sat down and he answered a bunch of questions I thought would be interesting for our channel. The interview got too long, so we split the weekend into 2 parts. Welcome to part 2. We will jump right in where we left off in the previous video. If you haven't seen that one, be sure to go check it out to get the entirety of the interview. Let's get into it. What is one thing on your bucket list?
Really love to take a trip to Peru, like a fairly long trip. Trips are kind of high on my bucket list, and the odd thing is I like to go to odd places. Like I would love to go to the Chernobyl, the old nuclear site there in Ukraine, the abandoned town. That's not the highest on the list, but that would just be pretty cool to me to see that.
What was the happiest day of your life?
Probably September 15th, 2012.
Really?
Yeah. I got to walk down the aisle with a pretty girl.
If you could talk to your younger self, what advice would you give?
Probably one thing is, and I heard this quote somewhere, that you only have the right to be hard on one person, and that's yourself. And that you can take that too far, and as far as being critical of other people, and a lot of times just straight up disciplining yourself does a lot for that, because you realize how hard that is to just manage yourself. That would be one thing I'd tell myself, that look, get everything in order, do what you can. Probably tell myself to prioritize life better, to prioritize money better. I didn't feel like I was a teenager that just spent money, left and right, but I was not a teenager that managed money well. And the unfortunate thing is, if I had managed money better or well, I could have probably had more fun with it, because when you set aside a certain amount that you can have fun with, then you can have fun with it. You know that all your other bases are covered. That's just one thing. I would probably tell myself to accept myself for who I am, and that's maybe a bit of a dichotomy, because I just said that you only should be hard on yourself, but at the same time, you are who you are. Yeah, I was kind of the kind of kid that maybe really struggled with self-confidence. Oftentimes that goes hand in hand with being critical of other people, and you're sort of less than the person you should be. That's probably what I'd tell myself, that look, improve what you can, accept yourself for who you are, prioritize life.
Okay, what's your favorite Bible verse?
I guess the one I find the most profound, and it is about my favorite, when Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." To me, there's your mind only can go so far with that, and it's kind of staggering to think that all truth is anchored in Jesus, and all life, and He is the way. And it's extremely reassuring too, because you don't have to try to figure out even the bewildering world of theology, where you have sincere Christians on 2 very opposing sides of a lot of things, and in the end, it doesn't matter, really. It's not central.
Name some things you feel is most important in your role as a father.
I think you need to come to grips with the fact that you are kind of the default visuals that your children will have for God. That is just staggeringly intense. Hopefully, you are the kind of father that you encourage your children to, at a young age, to, think of God on grander terms than a human. I think that, if you're the kind of passive father that what you say means nothing, that's kind of the visuals that people will get for God. If you're a demanding father that just has no time for relationships, that's the kind of picture that your children will get. That's probably the biggest responsibility of being a father, is realizing that and trying to orient your life in the right way. Maybe on a little bit of a less deep note, I think it's so important to be a leader, to be the person that takes responsibility. It might take a while for them to like that, but if you're the kind of father that wants your 12 or 13-year-old to like you all the time, you're probably not a very good father. And I don't have a 12 or 13-year-old, so I really shouldn't be giving advice, but that was just, I think you have to be a leader and you take responsibility. But the other side of that is you have to have a relationship with them. You have to realize that what you love is what they'll probably love. There's nothing more fun than sharing a passion that you have with one of your children or with your children, and you can do that together. I just hope that I can do that. The things that I like can be the things that Xander likes, and if it isn't, I hope I have the grace to encourage him in whatever he does like. But yeah.
What is your worst fear?
My worst fear is probably depression, some kind of mental collapse, both for myself and for the people close to me. I've dealt with it just a little bit, and personally, and I've seen it on a few people close to me, and it just...
You can say it, your wife.
No, I'm talking like full-blown mental collapse.
Depression,
Yeah, that's probably my worst fear. If I'm honest, death doesn't really come close to that.
Yeah.
That is just a terrible, terrible place to be as a human being.
Yeah. What is your favorite pastime?
I don't know if there's one that I can say is heads above every of other ones, but I like to read. I like to read history, particularly World War II history. I do like to lift weights. Fitness stuff, kind of. I don't know if I'd call that a pastime, because I don't know, it's something I try to get myself to do, but I like to be with friends, I like to have a good discussion.
If you could change one thing in your life, what would it be?
It'd be nice not to be bald. I guess I wish I could communicate clearly without sounding sort of irritated or whatever. That tends to be my problem. Either I come across in this vague, non-cohesive way, or else I come across as just maybe a little bit too much like an army sergeant or something. And I wish I could find a good middle ground where I could be clear in a friendly way. And I get the feeling that people are a little bit put off sometimes. It's why I think I could never be a good salesman, at least where I had to go talk to people, because I struggle with that. Either they have no idea what I'm saying, or they're like, whoa, But yeah, that's probably one thing.
Alright, if you could choose one motto for life, what would it be?
Probably my favorite, or one of my favorite, is the only ones who never stumble are the ones who never run. For somebody like me that tends to think through things maybe too long, it's good advice that you got to just move forward, and failure isn't really something you should fear.
And that is my incredible husband that I still can't believe I'm married to. So I hope you guys enjoyed kind of getting a look into his life and who he is. Now he's going to go for an e-bike ride. And I'll probably stay here because Xander's sleeping in the camper. And yes, my hair looks absolutely awful. Camping hair. Who cares, right? It's morning time. I'm still quite sleepy. Xander is sleeping. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, and Nolan is out kayaking somewhere. He was up stomping around at probably 5, 6 o'clock. Guess that's what happens when you get up so early all the time to have to go to work. So, just waking up, and then we're going to have breakfast in a bit. Well, good morning, buddy.
I was sleeping a long time.
You were sleeping a long time. Did you sleep good? That looks like a much more cheerful face.
But where's Dad?
He went kayaking a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe we can go with him later. Would that be nice?
Oh, I should go swimming there with him.
Yeah, maybe you can later. Can I have a morning hug and a kiss? Aww. Aww. What you doing?
I'm kayaking in the water with my baby.
Look at that. Okay, paddle, hurry. Shark coming. Shark coming. Paddle. Hurry. It's catching up to you. It's going to get your kayak. Shark's going to take a bite out of it. You better hurry.
You did. Quick! Shark! Shark! Shark!
Good job. You getting away? Good job. You got away.
All right, we get in Mom's boat.
Hey, Dad pushed us out. There we go. Look at all this mossy water. Ew. Let it go. That's yucky. Hey, Xander, don't. That made Mama wet. Yuck.
It's true dances.
Is it?
Hello.
Ew. Whoa.
One paddle. One paddle.
There's Dad.
We have wandered through the desert, chasing after what's behind.
Don't drop the paddle, buddy.
But you're doing a new thing. You're making new streams. So we open up our lives. Spirit fill us with living water. We know your well will not run dry. So come revive us. Come wash over. In your presence we'll find our life. We were thirsty, always drinking what could never satisfy. But you say it's a new day. You're making a new way. You're filling up what once was dry. Spirit fill us with living water. We know your well will not run dry. So come revive us. Come wash over. In your presence we'll find our life. In your presence we'll find our life. Spring up
What did you get Mommy? A flower?
What's inside it, buddy?
Xander?
A candy.
That is cool.
Candy in there, the mint.
Do you know what it is?
It was off of a lily pad.
That is so neat, Xander. Thank you so much. I will keep it. I'll put it right up here.
fill us up till we overflow. Spring up a well. Spring up a well. Spring up a well. Spring up a well.
I'm lucky. Whee! Ah, look at that.
That's Take your stuff back.
Can you pull Mom out? Pull.
You think you can take a paddle?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get her that's floating in our water.
Ah! Xander, do you want to get my flour? All right, we have everything all cleaned up and we are leaving. What a fun weekend. Did you have fun?
I did.
Did you? What all did you do?
Swim and ate supper.
Swim and ate supper.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's even raised. He's got another bus part on the top.
It's all pigeon also. Couldn't put the water on.
Look at that, Xander. That's quite the contraption. Okay, can you say subscribe?
Subscribe.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
Are you not sleeping?
No.
Why not?
You're silly. Are you?
Okay, you go night-night. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to. Yuck.
Yuck. What did you catch? What is it?
Mom,
What?
this dreamland.
Huh?
Dreamland.
You're just making up words. Don't get us all wet.